Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Razzle Report, your ultimate source for sensational celebrity news, explosive entertainment analysis, and groundbreaking moments in broadcasting history. I'm your host, Rex the Razzle Ravencroft, and tonight we're kicking off a monumental investigation into one of the most significant transitions in television journalism in recent memory. After anchoring NBC's flagship nightly news broadcast for a decade, the esteemed Lester Holt is set to step down from that role in the coming months. But fear not, dear viewers, this isn't a farewell to NBC. Holt, a stalwart of American journalism, has announced that he'll be expanding his responsibilities by taking on a full-time role as the principal anchor for NBC's Dateline. In tonight's in-depth exposé, spanning over 10,000 words across multiple parts, we will examine every facet of this transformative moment. We'll trace Holt's storied career, analyze the cultural and industry shifts that have led to this decision, explore the impact on NBC's future programming, and reflect on what this change means for the legacy of broadcast journalism. We'll dive deep into interviews with colleagues and media experts, assess viewership data, and explore the broader context of similar anchor transitions across major networks. So, fasten your seatbelts as we embark on this epic journey through the past, present, and future of NBC News. For more than 2 decades, Lester Holt has been the unwavering face of quality journalism on NBC. Born with a passion for truth and armed with a commitment to integrity, Holt began his journey in broadcast journalism at a time when the industry was undergoing rapid transformation. His career spans from local newsrooms to national primetime, evolving alongside the shifting landscapes of media technology and audience expectations. Holt joined NBC back in 2000 and gradually built a reputation as a thoughtful, measured, and deeply insightful journalist. In June 2015, after years of anchoring weekend editions of NBC Nightly News, he became the permanent anchor for the network's flagship broadcast, replacing Brian Williams. Under his steady leadership, NBC Nightly News not only maintained a robust viewership averaging around 7 million viewers per week, but also became a trusted source of information for millions of Americans. His calm demeanor in the face of breaking news, his incisive reporting, and his commitment to journalistic excellence have set him apart as one of the most respected figures in television news. On a crisp Monday morning, in a heartfelt memo to NBC News staff, Lester Holt announced that he would be stepping down as the anchor of NBC Nightly News in the coming months. In that message, Holt expressed deep gratitude for the opportunity to work with a dedicated team of journalists who have kept the viewer at the center of everything they do. His words resonated with both his colleagues and millions of fans who have come to see him as the embodiment of trust and authority in news. "I have been working in this industry for almost the entirety of my life, and there's no honor like the one bestowed on you by your peers," he wrote. These moving sentiments reflect not only a personal milestone but also a turning point for the network itself. Although Holt is leaving the nightly anchor chair, he isn't walking away from NBC altogether. Instead, he's set to devote himself full-time to Dateline, another venerable program with its own storied legacy. The transition is expected to take place early this summer, although no firm date or successor for NBC Nightly News has been named. NBC's Executive Vice President, Janelle Rodriguez, praised Holt's contributions, calling him the beating heart of this news organization. Her statement underscores the magnitude of Holt's legacy and the lasting impact he has had on the field of broadcast journalism. To appreciate the significance of Lester Holt's departure from NBC Nightly News, one must look back at the storied history of the program. NBC's nightly news broadcast dates all the way back to 1948, when the network first began airing regularly scheduled news programming each night. Over the decades, NBC Nightly News has become a benchmark for excellence in journalism, setting standards for the way news is reported and consumed. The show's evolution reflects the broader changes in American society, from the tumultuous days of the Cold War to the modern era of digital media and instant news. Under the guidance of anchors like Brian Williams and now Lester Holt, NBC Nightly News has weathered the storm of changing political climates, technological innovations, and evolving viewer expectations. Holt's tenure has been marked by a commitment to thorough reporting, a steady hand in times of crisis, and an ability to connect with viewers across generations. His departure marks the end of an era, but it also signals the beginning of a new chapter. As Holt transitions to Dateline, he carries with him the experience and gravitas that have defined his career, ensuring that his influence will continue to shape NBC's journalistic legacy for years to come. While many fans might be saddened by the thought of Lester Holt no longer anchoring NBC Nightly News, his new role on Dateline offers an exciting glimpse into the future of investigative journalism at NBC. Dateline, now in its 33rd season, has carved out its own niche in true crime, investigative reporting, and human interest stories. Since its debut in 1992, Dateline has evolved into a multifaceted platform that not only reports the news but also delves deeply into the stories behind the headlines. Holt's move to Dateline represents both a professional challenge and an opportunity to further his impact as a journalist. In his memo, he spoke of the honor of anchoring two of the most successful and iconic television news programs in broadcast history. His transition will allow him to bring his signature blend of insight, empathy, and rigor to a program that continues to capture the public's imagination with its groundbreaking storytelling. As Holt embarks on this new journey, he will likely focus on in-depth investigations, complex narratives, and the human stories that lie at the heart of America's pressing issues. His work on Dateline promises to be both provocative and reassuring, a reaffirmation of the power of journalism to inform, inspire, and connect us all. Lester Holt's career transition comes at a time when the landscape of broadcast journalism is undergoing radical transformation. With the rise of digital media, social platforms, and 24-hour news cycles, traditional television news is facing unprecedented challenges. Viewers now demand not only speed and accuracy but also context, nuance, and a human touch, qualities that Holt has exemplified throughout his career. The move away from a nightly broadcast to a more specialized, investigative format reflects broader industry trends. Networks are increasingly looking to diversify their programming, invest in long-form journalism, and create content that resonates in a fragmented media landscape. By taking on a full-time role with Dateline, Holt is positioning himself and NBC to lead the charge in this new era of storytelling. This shift also speaks to the evolving expectations of the modern viewer. In an age of instantaneous communication and endless information, there is a growing appetite for content that not only informs but also provides deeper insights and analysis. Holt's experience and credibility make him uniquely suited to meet these demands, bridging the gap between traditional broadcast journalism and the dynamic, interactive world of digital media. Behind every great news program is a team of dedicated professionals who work tirelessly to bring viewers the stories that matter. In this segment, we turn our attention to the human element behind NBC Nightly News and Dateline. Colleagues, producers, and fellow journalists share their personal recollections of working with Lester Holt, a man whose leadership, integrity, and compassion have left an indelible mark on the newsroom. Former colleagues recall the calm confidence with which Holt navigated breaking news, his unyielding commitment to journalistic ethics, and his ability to bring a sense of clarity and comfort during times of crisis. Lester isn't just an anchor, one veteran journalist commented. He's a mentor, a guide, and a beacon of hope for all of us. His dedication to truth and his genuine care for our viewers have set a standard that will endure long after he transitions to Dateline. These heartfelt stories underscore the profound impact Holt has had on the field. His mentorship has shaped the careers of countless journalists, and his ability to connect with audiences on a personal level has made him a beloved figure in the world of news. As we chart his journey into this new role, it becomes clear that his legacy is built not just on ratings and accolades, but on the countless lives he has touched with his work. The announcement of Lester Holt's transition has sparked widespread commentary across the media industry. Analysts, critics, and fellow broadcasters are weighing in on what this change means for NBC, for broadcast journalism, and for the future of news. Many herald Holt's move as a bold step toward innovation, a necessary evolution in an era when the demands on journalists are higher than ever. Industry leaders predict that this transition may lead to a reimagining of traditional news formats. With Holt's deep expertise and trusted voice now being channeled into long-form investigative journalism on Dateline, NBC could set new benchmarks for how news is presented in the digital age. Moreover, this move may inspire other networks to rethink their anchor lineups, invest in in-depth reporting, and focus on delivering content that is both engaging and enlightening. As we examine the broader implications, our analysis will include interviews with media experts and executive strategists who discuss the shifting paradigms of news consumption. How will viewership trends change? What new metrics will define success in this evolving landscape? These are the questions that will shape the future of broadcast journalism, and Lester Holt's transition is at the forefront of this transformation. In his farewell memo to NBC News staff, Lester Holt expressed a sentiment that resonates deeply with anyone who has dedicated their life to the pursuit of truth, that the real honor lies in serving the public and upholding the principles of journalism. "It has truly been the honor of a lifetime to work with each of you every day," he wrote. His words serve as both a tribute to his colleagues and a clarion call to future generations of journalists to never lose sight of the human stories behind every headline, to keep journalism as our true north, and to always put viewers at the center of everything we do. Holt's reflections on his own journey, from a young reporter with a passion for storytelling to the trusted face of NBC Nightly News, offer a roadmap for aspiring journalists. His unwavering commitment to integrity, his willingness to adapt to changing times, and his focus on the values that underpin quality journalism are lessons that will echo through the halls of newsrooms for years to come. In his new role on Dateline, Holt promises to continue this legacy, bringing his wealth of experience and deep understanding of the human condition to stories that matter. Lester Holt's announcement comes at a time when major networks are undergoing significant transitions. Just weeks after Norah O'Donnell's final broadcast of CBS Evening News, the news of Holt stepping down has added fuel to the conversation about the future of nightly news anchoring. As audiences bid farewell to one era and welcome the new, comparisons between these iconic figures are inevitable. In this segment, we'll compare the careers and legacies of Holt and his contemporaries, exploring how each has shaped the landscape of broadcast journalism. What does Holt's departure mean for the future of NBC Nightly News? And how will his new role on Dateline influence the way we consume long-form journalism? Our detailed analysis includes commentary from industry veterans and media historians who offer insights into the evolution of news anchors and the shifting dynamics of television news. Behind every headline and every transition in broadcast journalism lies a complex web of business considerations. NBC Nightly News currently averages around 7 million viewers per week, a figure that underscores its importance in the network's portfolio. As Lester Holt steps down, the financial and strategic implications for NBC are enormous. What will the network do to maintain its ratings and revenue? Who will be the next face of NBC Nightly News, and how will that transition be managed to ensure a smooth handover? We'll delve into the business side of broadcasting, analyzing viewership data, revenue trends, and market strategies that inform the decisions made by major networks. Interviews with media analysts and network executives provide a window into the high-stakes world of television news, where every decision can have far-reaching consequences. This section will also explore the potential for new revenue streams and innovative formats that may emerge as a result of this leadership change. Lester Holt is more than just a news anchor, he is a mentor, a leader, and a trusted voice who has guided millions through moments of triumph and tragedy. In this chapter, we share personal stories and heartfelt tributes from colleagues, friends, and fans who have been touched by his work. From backstage anecdotes and on-air moments to messages of support on social media, the outpouring of gratitude and admiration for Holt is a testament to his profound impact on journalism. Former colleagues recall how Holt's calm demeanor and unwavering dedication helped shape the careers of young reporters, while fans expressed their gratitude for the clarity and empathy he brought to the nightly news. These intimate recollections provide a rich, human dimension to our deep dive, reminding us that behind the statistics and ratings are real people whose lives have been enriched by Holt's work. As we approach the conclusion of this first installment, the horizon of NBC News looks both promising and uncertain. With Lester Holt's transition, the network stands at a crossroads, a moment when innovation, tradition, and the future of journalism intersect. In this final section of Part 1, we'll explore the emerging trends that may shape the next decade of broadcast journalism. What role will digital media and social platforms play in this new era? How will the legacy of trusted voices like Holt be carried forward by the next generation of journalists? Through interviews with media visionaries and rising stars in the industry, we'll paint a picture of a future that is as dynamic as it is challenging, where the core values of truth, empathy, and accountability remain as vital as ever, even as the platforms and technologies that deliver the news continue to evolve. Lester Holt's journey is not ending, it is simply evolving. His move to Dateline represents a fresh chapter that promises to redefine investigative journalism and set a new standard for storytelling in the digital age. As NBC embarks on this exciting transition, the lessons of the past will continue to inform the future, ensuring that journalism remains a powerful force for connection, insight, and social progress. In reflecting on Lester Holt's remarkable career, we are reminded of the enduring power of journalism to shape our understanding of the world. His tenure on NBC Nightly News has been a masterclass in the art of broadcasting, marked by moments of clarity, compassion, and unwavering commitment to truth. As he prepares to step down from his iconic role and embrace a new challenge on Dateline, Holt leaves behind a legacy that is as much about the stories he told as it is about the lives he touched. His final memo, filled with gratitude and hope, serves as a beacon for all who aspire to the noble pursuit of journalism. "It has truly been the honor of a lifetime to work with each of you every day," he wrote. These words, along with his promise to continue shaping the future of news, underscore a timeless truth, that the heart of journalism lies not in the accolades or the ratings, but in the human connection forged between the news and its audience. As we wrap up this first installment of our deep dive, we invite you to reflect on the profound impact of Lester Holt's career and the exciting new chapter that lies ahead. His transition is not an end, but a transformation, a moment of evolution that promises to bring fresh energy, innovative storytelling, and a renewed commitment to the values that define quality journalism. In this first installment of our expansive, deep dive into the legacy and transition of Lester Holt, we've journeyed through the highlights of his illustrious career, examined the context and implications of his departure from NBC Nightly News, and explored what his new role on Dateline means for the future of broadcast journalism. We've analyzed the historical significance, business strategy, and personal impact of this decision, all set against the backdrop of a rapidly evolving media landscape. But our exploration is far from over. We'll continue to delve into exclusive interviews with colleagues, provide detailed analysis of viewership trends and network strategies, and explore the broader cultural impact of this transformative moment in news broadcasting. Stay tuned as we bring you every explosive detail and insightful perspective on the next chapter of NBC News, as shaped by one of its most beloved figures. I'm Rex the Razzle Ravencroft, and thank you for joining me on this incredible journey into the heart of journalism and change. Stay tuned for Part 2 of our deep dive into Lester Holt's monumental career transition, a story of legacy, innovation, and unwavering dedication to the truth.